At least if you're going to be an abusive psychopath, be original. And he wasn't in any way. These things were slow.
It began quite quick.
When he was abusive, sometimes he would be joking and funny. My nose broke. He didn't hit my face 20 and 300. I don't know.
Hello everybody. Today we're gonna go through Ashley's lawsuit. We're not gonna do like every point because that's gonna be too long, yes?
Yeah.
But we're gonna read it out for you so you can understand the context and where our opinions are coming from. And also before we start, we just want to say that Beatrice couldn't join us for personal reasons, so she will be doing like she did last time and send videos to me so I can edit them in later. So for this one, it's just me and Rita. But let's begin. And I have my notes here in case I would forget.
Yeah. Maybe just some backstory. Ashley was working as a model in Bangkok in Asia. And according to her, she was contacted by Manson in 2010 via social media like Facebook, Twitter, maybe Skype, whatever, social media in general. And apparently they talk frequently.
Yeah.
So we have that as the beginning of their so-called relationship, claimed relationship.
Yeah.
So
and he's a musician basically living in the States.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we don't need much introduction.
No, I mean, it was mainly just for her.
Yeah.
And in like point 16.
Yeah.
They've already started communicating and whatnot and talked about her being an actress.
Yeah.
In a film project he had. And point 16 is that, and this is really important, her timeline and date.
Yeah.
Or, sort of dates. In or around November 10, 2010, Manson apparently flew Ashley to Los Angeles to meet for the first time and to work on a film project.
Phantasmagoria, I think.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's that one.
Yeah.
And soon after her arrival in Los Angeles, in or around mid-November 2010, so it's the same date we're talking about, Manson apparently asked her to move in to his apartment, and she agreed to do so. So that's also apparently her basis of being trafficked.
Yeah.
He flew her out to LA.
Yeah.
And you can see on point 19 that she's talking about that film project, and there were people in the apartment because the apartment was sort of the studio.
Yeah.
And they were, yeah, exactly. But there was actually a production crew present, so there were people around his apartment. So it's actually legit. She's actually pointing out it was a legit film project. Why else would you have entire production crews present? But again, she's claiming also she was trafficked because nothing happened to the film project. Well, welcome to the world of Hollywood, I guess.
The real world.
Yeah,
like that happens all the time.
Yeah, you can. I'm sure many of them are filming and producing and recording songs that are never released, and movies that are never released. So I mean, that's nothing new. But apparently, it's trafficking. All right.
We're not laughing because it's funny. We're just laughing because it's baffling.
Yeah, because I mean, look, we're from Sweden. We have nothing to do with the media industry whatsoever.
Yeah.
Besides, we're just posting stuff on YouTube.
And blabbering on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. That's the extent of it. And even I know that stuff are being recorded or filmed that are never released. My boyfriend records many songs with his bands, and many are not released. They're just piling up.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. But okay.
It happens with songs and albums and music videos and short films and lengthier films and shows even. I mean, it happens.
Yeah. So
if you're gonna cry about it, I don't call it trafficking.
Yeah, because it's not. I mean, she is a model. She's not stupid. I'm guessing, and I'm gonna actually go on a limb and say she's not stupid. And she should know that as a model, all the photos are not going to be published. Yet they're there. So, I mean, it's the same here.
When you do photo shoots and you do catwalks, there's hundreds of pictures being taken, but not even 95% of them are being posted. So
exactly. So it's normal. If you
she should know out of all people.
Yeah, I think she should actually. I have to give her that. She should know, but apparently not. So if you look at point 20 to like 28, that's when the abuse started.
Yeah.
Here she's actually saying several days after moving in with Manson, they began having a consensual sexual relationship. I can't say that properly, but anyway. However, it quickly became apparent that that type of sex was not enough for Mr. Warner. And everything is in or around mid-November 2010.
Yeah.
She came to the LA.
2010.
Exactly. She came to LA in or around mid-November 2010. She moved in or around mid-November 2010. And several, extremely quick, man. She just landed and moved in. Several days after, and we're still in the mid and or around something November, they began having a sexual relationship, all in consent. And in or around mid-November 2010, she awoke from unconsciousness with her ankles and wrists tied together behind her back, and Manson was sexually penetrating her. He apparently caused bruises on her ribs, and she had pain all the time, and apparently injuries in her vagina. Same here. She talks again in or around mid-November 2010. She was again sexually assaulted. So apparently this is a span of like maybe 4 days.
Yeah.
She was sexually assaulted by him. And then he began choking her and forced her into the bed and forcibly penetrating her. And apparently he also grabbed a knife next to the bed and began cutting her. He cut her in shoulders, inner arm, and stomach. The cuts drew blood and caused her into shock. So that she has, to this day, apparently, she has scars of Mr. Warner's cuts. So we're still in or around mid-November 2010. We have found that she had a photo shoot on the 23rd of November 2010, right?
Yeah, we posted about it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, in this past week.
Yeah, and the photos they themselves were uploaded to his Tumblr just a few days later. So
yeah, so that photo shoot was on the 23rd of November 2010. So if she had all of these scars on her shoulders, inner arm, and stomach, and she went into shock, and this is again in or around mid-November. So let's say like 15th of November. So like a week, 10 days, not less, like a week after she has a photo shoot where she's pretty much naked.
because the whole procedure of fixing a broken nose can take, as I calculated just about an hour or so ago, up to 6.5 months ish.
Yeah.
And your nose will still most likely look fucked up.
Yeah, and he elbowed her nose, yes, apparently. And this is the thing that I remember her saying, that she flew to Thailand, and she says she flew to Thailand for a modeling job shortly after all of this. But she had a modeling job that with Jens.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that one. And she's pretty much nude in that photo shoot. There's a lot of skin showing in that photo shoot. Yeah. So all of her scars should be visible.
Yeah.
And they should be extremely fresh. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and also the scar on her stomach, we actually found out that was from an appendix surgery and complications afterwards. So.
Yeah, and I think Beatrice calculated it was like 11 surgeries all in all.
No,
throughout.
I think she.
Was it?
Ashley said it herself under a post.
Yeah, but calculated from her own post that it was about like 11 different types of surgeries from complications of that. And she was in the hospital for like weeks, like
on and off twice.
Yeah, 10 weeks, twice. Yeah, in 2011, I think it was, and 2012.
Yeah.
But going to this mid-November thing.
Yeah.
In or around mid-November 2010, she was apparently sexually assaulted several times, bound, cut several times, cut deep on several parts of her body. And she apparently cracked her nose, like got a fracture on her nose by him. This should have been visible.
Yeah.
And the photographer, I'm having a hard time thinking that photographer would be like, oh yeah, we can just Photoshop that, don't worry. All of your scars and your bloody infected scars, because you're in shock also, because remember, she's in shock. She was in shock for that. So she would probably have a high fever, feeling like shit beyond shit.
Yeah. I mean, a rational human being would send her to the hospital immediately.
I would go with her. Yeah, I would go. If I was the photographer, I would be like, what the fuck happened to you? You have to report this. We have to go to the hospital. Come on. I'm just like put her in a cab and just go to the hospital and alert the police. No. Apparently that photographer, don't know him.
All photographers, pretty much.
Pretty much just looked at her and like, yeah, we can Photoshop it. Don't worry. Yeah, just strip.
But even if it would be photoshopped, the originals would still be there.
Yeah. I mean, that would be evidence beyond evidence. So I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
The timeline doesn't add up. And
about the mid-November thing, we found out that she was still in Thailand.
So again, it doesn't add up. And the whole thing with Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Her mom wasn't even there.
Yeah, I mean, according to her own mom, because she's in the interview, she said her mom came with some nice dishes for them.
Yeah.
So they would have the perfect Thanksgiving, her and Manson. We have already found that in her mom's own Facebook that she was in Eugene.
Yeah.
And Ashley, she was in Thailand.
In Thailand, right? On her way to London.
To London, yeah. Again, what the hell? It doesn't make any sense.
Even Ashley confirmed that.
Yeah, because she wrote it. She responded to her mom.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, so this whole thing about in or around mid-November 2010 and up to Thanksgiving, it doesn't add up.
I mean, if you just look into it for not even 5 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't add up. She had a photo shoot with apparently that Jens guy.
Yeah.
And the whole Thanksgiving thing, her mom wasn't even there. So who the hell gave her dishes? I have no idea.
And even if she would have been in the same state, that would kind of, I mean, very much contradict her point where she's wrote that she was confiscated of her phone.
Yeah, how the hell was she in contact with her mom? Smoke signals? No, but I'm wondering because it doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. Yeah. So, I mean, we could go on and on. There's so much things to. And the thing about with her nose, she flew to Thailand for a modeling job. It was a bridal shoot, as I recall her saying.
I think that one was in Japan. I think she said.
Okay, but here in she said Japan, but in the lawsuit it was to Thailand apparently. So
more contradictions, folks.
Okay, she flew to Asia, maybe. I think Thailand and Japan is quite different, but
they're both. I mean, they're both in Asia, pretty much.
That's pretty much the only thing.
Yeah.
But and having you fracture your nose and stuff, you're gonna have swelling. You're gonna look a bit horrible. Not to mention also all the fresh cuts.
Yeah.
So again, we have people, and she said that the people in Japan or Thailand, who knows now, for that modeling job were like asking, "Oh no, what happened?" and whatnot. And she just joked, like brushed it off, like, "Oh, I fell," or something like that. But still, you have the wounds from the cuts.
Yeah.
She says she still bears the scars from those cuts.
And the photo were provided of any scars showed like a faint T, at least what I could see, because I couldn't see any M's or whatever.
No, the one on her thigh, when I can't see a scar of that sort, but also the other ones where it's on her stomach and her inner thighs and her arms, elbows.
Whatever.
There's no scars.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious why they're mentioning it in the lawsuit that she still has those scars left on her body. Yet there's People magazine they took a photo of that thigh thing.
Yeah.
But they never took a photo of her elbows, because elbows, she doesn't have to be in a towel, to show her elbows. You just have to like roll up your sleeves and be like, see, here's the cut. Here's the scar.
But I mean, also that photo, it looked so staged.
Yeah, everything looks staged, even her crying. So it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. And we have the point 30 of Manson keeping his apartment in near and total darkness, preventing Miss Smithline from knowing the time of day. Mr. Warner's apartment was so dark and so cold that Miss Smithline described it as a black refrigerator. I mean, come on.
I mean, that black refrigerator, that's stupid. I mean, we're not saying that she is stupid. It's just that her lawsuit is actually stupid.
You have to also understand that this is his apartment.
Yeah.
That's his home. If he wants to have it cool because maybe he's a warm person, then
I mean, I have my window open almost all the time, so.
Me too. Definitely in the bedroom, because I don't like it when it's too hot.
I mean, it's your apartment and my room, so.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a Manson's apartment too, so if you don't like it, you can either leave or put on a sweater or
get dressed,
jacket, or grab a blanket or whatever, make yourself some tea. You're a grown fucking woman, come on.
Yeah, you can. There's so many things she can do to be more comfortable in his apartment. I just have to point it out. It's his home. I can't stress that enough. And apparently also on point 31, Mr. Warner would lie about the time of the day, forcing Miss Smithline to do work at all hours, and kept her awake by giving her cocaine and blaring loud music.
Mm-hmm.
He would also, this is great, Mr. Warner also did not provide Miss Smithline with food to eat. Between the sleep deprivation, drug use, and malnourishment, Miss Smithline weight dropped to approximately 80 pounds. Now, she's always been thin, pretty much always. Did she admit to having anorexia or like issues with bulimia and anorexia? I think it was since she was like 9 or something. She had eating disorder.
9, 10, something like that.
Yeah, and look, we all sympathize with that.
Yeah.
It's a mental illness, basically.
I mean, it is up in your brain, so.
Yeah, exactly. It rarely, or I should say almost never, has anything to do with, oh, I want to be thin.
No.
So we sympathize with that. It's really hard, and your body goes through a lot, and your mental, your mind, I should say, everything. It's really hard, and she was really thin, really thin. But the thing is, he, first of all, just because he puts cocaine in front of your face doesn't mean you have to take it.
You can, I mean, that's your own choice. I wrote that in my notes as well. That's your choice. I mean, to wake, you don't even need to cocaine to wake up. You can just make some Earl Grey or a coffee or drink a Monster or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's
or
up to her.
Or take a nap or whatever you need.
Yeah, because I mean, the thing is that just because it's like, say candy, for example.
Yeah.
Just because somebody offers me candy doesn't mean I have to take it.
And same with
whatever.
Yeah, gum.
Alcohol.
Yeah, gum and alcohol and food.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, whatever you're asked to, like, hey, you want some? Apparently, we're gonna take cocaine now. Let's say Manson is doing cocaine, and he offers her, like, you want some? She doesn't have to say yes. Don't make it like he forced you, like he shoved it through into your mouth and be like, fucking take it, bitch, or no.
I mean, whenever I meet my best friend, he usually has gum with him, and he offers me some a lot. I mean, all the time, and sometimes I say yes, sometimes I say no.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that, oh my god, he forced me to take it. Like, no.
No, exactly. I mean, it's your choice. I sit around with people who drink. Sometimes I drink, sometimes I don't. But I sit with them, even if they ask me. I'm grown enough to say no, thank you, and that's it. Even if they ask me 4 or 5 times, no, I'm good, thank you. I mean, come on. And the thing with providing, he's not providing Miss Smithline with food to eat. You're a grown woman, you can get your own food.